And there we are, finally ready to start our interview. I am super stoked, absolutely humble, floored that we even have this Grammys, and that's, it's also just quite amazing. Yes, I hope he does. So if we are talking about inspiration, you have inspired people as well. Now, there's a song that you did with Chris Brown that I think at the time you were just talking about your story and you were living your truth. And so here in Kenya, you inspired this little girl who at the time was failing so much in school, and I felt like I was never going to be anything. And it's so crazy how that song, so to me, I related completely different to it. But I hear that there's so many other stories that you've done where you've helped other people with mental health and all of that, and that's just absolutely incredible. So let me just say that first of all. And so looking back to those songs that inspire people, what are your thoughts sometimes in the studio coming up with those lyrics?
I don't do much thinking. I just
oh, it just comes naturally. It's just
I don't really do much thinking. I just wait on the words to come to me. It's usually a recollection of memories, of experiences, things that I've gone through, seen others go through.
Yeah, and it's just great that you got to share that, and it's great that you got to inspire so many people with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I try to speak for people who feel like their voices won't be heard.
And that's amazing. Now, with all of the people that you worked with, from Rihanna to maybe Jay Black to everyone, who is your, what is that one jam that you love so much, like your favorite collab? And are you allowed to say it?
I mean, I have a different level of respect for every collaboration I've ever done for different reasons, because, everyone brings something special to the table.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that what this person brought was more special than what this person brought. I think everybody has a certain level of greatness that they offer, and I'm just flattered that they were willing to contribute their greatness to my projects.
And you get to share your greatness as well with the younger generation. The Rhythm and Flow is a really big show. So it's really big here as well. So I mean, tell us about how you were receiving the young guys in the game and how the whole experience has been.
I mean, man, it was great to work alongside Cardi and Chance for the purpose of kind of finding the next thing that people will listen to and that will speak for the masses and speak for people who feel like they don't have a voice and inspire people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to have a hand in that decision. Was a really big thing.
Yeah. And you mentioned Cardi, hip hop, women in hip hop right now, really, really big. It's great to sort of see, how it sort of changed.
Sure.
What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, I think it's great. I think, it's diverse and there's a lot of talent. A lot of women who are speaking on the stories of women, the fight, the struggle that women go through on a day to day. And the same way guys need to hear that, you know what I'm saying, to get the good that I'm sure women do too.
Yeah. Now, you perform this weekend at Jameson Connects. What could people look forward to as T.I. for the very first time gets on stage to perform all these jams that people have loved for all these years?
Yeah, I mean, fireworks. I don't know, just energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, energy. That's it.
That's all just energy. Okay, great. So energy, lots of energy and fireworks. So shout out to Jameson Connect. So Jameson is on the board to Nairobi. So what do you have to say about Jameson?
Jameson's a fine brand, I guess. I'd have to try some. This is nice, a nice color logo.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Anyway, so you're going to be performing. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming through. Welcome to Nairobi. I hope you're going to try some Kenyan food.
Okay, what should I try first?
Definitely ugali, sukuma wiki.
I'm a pescatarian.
Yeah, which is great. We have a lot of fish joints, a lot of great fish joints. That,
y'all got fried fish sandwiches?
We have nice fried fish.
Sandwiches, you got fried
yes,
fish?
we have we're a cosmopolitan city of Nairobi. So
y'all got Yasin?
We have a lot, everything that you need, T.I. We got you. You will get You will get your entire, whatever it is that you want to eat, you could get it right here in Nairobi. Yes, so fish. What else do you want to? What else? You definitely have to go to the Mara. If you don't get the chance to go to the Mara, we have the national park. We get to see the animals. We get to see lions and elephants and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
That you get to come and check out, the slum and get to. Hip hop is really big as well.
Yeah, I'm more interested in people.
Oh, good, and that's and then what you could do.
I'm sorry.
That's even great. That's even better.
I like to know that they're doing well and they're safe, and but
there's so many different places you can go.
I don't speak their language.
The animal language?
Yeah, I don't speak their language. I like to go where I can communicate.
Yeah, well, there's so many other places as well that you could go and actually get to really directly speak to people.
Looking forward to.
Yeah, there's a place in Dandora. Dandora is a slum, and you could go and there's a center, and what they do is they try to get young boys to not engage in crime and any activities that can get them behind bars. And so what they do is they have like a hip hop place where they go and they write rhymes and they get to sort of really harness their talent and their skill. That would be a great place, right?
Dope.
Okay, welcome to Nairobi. T.I., in case you're wondering, in case you're thinking, no, it's not a holograph, he is real, and he is here. Jameson Connects is going to be going down tomorrow at Uhuru Gardens. We're going to be giving you tickets on the show. I haven't asked the client. I'm going to ask her now if we can go with the tickets. Then I'll give them to you. We're going to take a break. The hashtag is Yamina at the Trend Live. Tip, you want to say Wagwan to our listeners, our viewers? You want to say Wagwan? You want to say hi?
Wagwan?
Yeah. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back. You're watching the Trend. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll be right from trap music and shang, which is our local lingo. And so, we're just happy to have you here, man.
Yeah, pleasure. Have a seat.
Pleasure's all mine, yeah. Alrighty, so first things first. So if you can keep it down, guys, because we're recording this. First things first, man. The icon that is Jay-Z. He just turned 50 years old. And iconic legend and all that. Maybe you could just set the tone with what do you think? What does Jay mean to you? What you think as far as being a legend and an icon in this game?
I mean, Jay is a predecessor. He's a mentor. He's the epitome of success that came from poverty. Starting from nothing, following your dreams, executing your plans. I think that he is definitely a quintessential piece of hip hop.
For sure. I bring it up because recently that conversation about who's the legend in the game was brought up, and you definitely felt like you needed to address a couple things.
Nah, I just put the definition of legend.
And it's clear as day.
We can argue about opinions all day when we're talking about facts. And it's going to be a short conversation.
True story. Is this your first time in Africa?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not. My first time in Kenya, though.
Where else have you been?
Tanzania, Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town. I think that's it.
What does visiting the continent do for you as a black man from America when you connect with the quote-unquote motherland?
Yeah, it's inspirational. And this is, and that quote-unquote, this is definitely the origin of civilization.
Feel me? Yeah. Straight up.
So, I think that, it's inspiring, enlightening, just to see so many of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holding different positions in society that we're probably not as used to seeing in America. You know what I mean?
Y'all just had the first black president. We got a bunch of them.
Yeah, no. We got a clown for president now.
On that one. What is it? Is there anything particular that you've picked up since landing in Nairobi that's different from anywhere else you've been?
Well, it hasn't been long.
Yeah, no pressure.
It's been a tidbit.
Yeah.
Man, it's I suppose just the energy and the excitement of the people. I don't know if that's like every day or
Nah, because I've seen you.
well, this is the only way I have seen Nairobi.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that it's like this every day. Align my talents with other great talented people who have different cultures to speak from and represent different parts of the world. It's always great. I've collaborated with Nasty C.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That's not out yet, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Breaking news, guys. Yeah.
But, you know, I have a relationship with like David O, AKA, you know what I'm saying? So I have connections and relationships with people that are in the music industry from Africa, but I've only collaborated with Nasty C so far. And there was some twins. There were twins that I collaborated with them.
From where? Oh, P Square.
P Square.
Yeah, you did that too. I mean, they live in the States now. You should tell us.
Oh, I didn't know. I think it has evolved. I think it has evolved and become quite expensive. I think, you know, as long as people have stories to tell that relate to the stories of trap music, then we're going to continue to have different installations. Different people will contribute, you know, their input and their experiences, and, you know what I mean, their childhood memories, and the things that molded, shaped and molded them to the person that they are today. It's just flattering and humbling to be a part of something that so many people relate to. I don't think I don't think that's subject to opinion, you know what I mean? I think that when you hear something, what it makes you feel. Like, you know, when someone plays a song, regardless of what it's classified as, regardless of what genre it's in on whatever service you're using or whatever store you bought it from, if it don't make you feel, like if it's classical, if I get something that's classified as classical and I play it and it doesn't make me feel like Mozart, you know what I'm saying?
That's how you say it? Mozart?
Yeah, if it doesn't make me feel like that, then as far as I'm concerned, it's not classical. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's for me to distinguish, you know what I mean, what is and isn't trap music. I think that I can tell you what I intended. You know, it was really life, just as you described, the lifestyle and experiences of a person who's had to endure those circumstances.
Especially with the clown president.
Thank you. I mean, I'm a compassionate person who come from very humble beginnings. So, and I'm also fair and decent. I mean, I want people to be treated the way I want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that makes me an activist, you know, but simply because the reason why I kind of cringe at the word activist is because there are people who every day, boots on the ground, wake up and go to bed doing just that. That's not me, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm active, but I'm not an activist. It's people who, you know, risk their livelihoods and who live far more modest lifestyles than I do. And those are the people who deserve to be called activists. I'm in the for-profit business. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the more profit I can accumulate for myself, the more I can do for others, and the more I can speak freely because I'm unencumbered and I'm not bound or restricted by any corporation or anything that will keep me from saying what I really feel is my truth.
Speaking of which, let's even speak on your transition in doing a podcast. expeditiously with TI, you know, as part of the business and getting into that space, because that's where we're seeing media is going. You know, what really got you into that, and what's the overall objective?
Man, I kind of stumbled into it. I had no intentions. It wasn't on my 5-year plan. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of was introduced the opportunity, and at that point, I hadn't thought about it before then. So then I started considering like what it would actually be like, what it would consist of, and that challenge kind of made me more excited to do it. Social media bullying. I might be a little too old to understand the true impact of social media bullying. I mean, when I was young, you know what I'm saying, a bully was somebody you had to see every day, walk past to get where you're going, have to sit next to them in school. You know what I mean? Like a person that you don't know that's not in your physical presence, that you have to pick up your phone, unlock it, touch an app, hit the comments, scroll down, and find this negativity. Or searching for this negativity. So I don't really understand it for real. You know what I mean? But I know it's real. You know what I'm saying? I know that people, you know, have ended their lives from it. But I feel like it's all about self-esteem. You know what I mean? Anyone who has a sense of self, anyone who knows who they are on the inside, nobody else can challenge that, because it's something that you know. Whether other people have experienced you enough to know it, that's, you know, that's here and there. But you know who you are more than anyone. So if you know that you're tall, no one can tell you you're short.
I know I'm short. No one can tell me I'm tall.
Vice versa. But I'm just saying, it's a sense of self. So I think that the bullying is not necessarily 100% of the issue. It's the lack of a sense of self that people have.
And what's your view on Kenyans being sick?
I don't think you caught all of it, bro. Okay, let's start with the album.
I would first bring them to the point that the greatest journey begins with one step. You know what I'm saying? And rather than focus on all the things that aren't there, I would try to find the one positive thing that is there and push at that. You know what I'm saying? And the more you push at that, you create opportunities in other areas that you thought didn't exist. You know what I mean? Like that's, you gotta move. You can't stand still and talk about, you know, how far we got to go. At some point, you gotta take a step. Now I have a question for you. Have you seen Red Table Talk? Jada Pinkett.
Yep.
It's on Facebook. It's on Facebook and YouTube and anywhere else. So I won't waste time talking about it because we spent like 3 hours talking about it.
We're done, guys. That's it. Thank you so much. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the tree.